I have to tell you, well, first of all, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Coffee and Headlines. I have to tell you that one of the things that I struggle with the most here at Coffee and Headlines is I love asking questions and I love polls, and we try to do polls as frequently as we can. But know, in case you're curious, that setting up polls on Facebook Lives is so incredibly cumbersome. And also, oh, and you cannot even hear me. Hold on just a second. Aha. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. My whoa, that's very loud. That's good. My controller went on the fritz today, so I hope you can hear me fine now. I was saying that one of the challenges in hold on, da 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 da. I'm not peeking. That's good. One of the challenges with Facebook is that trying to set up polls here on Coffee and Headlines when we're talking is so cumbersome on Facebook. It's not even funny. And I love asking you questions and I love your reactions. So, just as an FYI, one of the things that I would like to be able to do, and please forgive me if I'm looking at my other monitor, is to find a simplified way to ask questions. And I see that, okay, good. I see that my poll this morning is happening. And the poll, in case you cannot see it for whatever, oh my God. I'm looking at your comments. Yes, we are talking, when we're talking about the incident, yes, we are talking about the literal shit show. I was not going to bring that up. See, I'm blushing. I was not going to bring that up unless somebody else brought it up. So we'll get to the literal shit show later on. Anyhow, we always talk about caca molecules, but I think the caca molecules became pellet sized this weekend. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you have to wait for the second half of the broadcast. My God, how embarrassing. But back to what I was trying to do earlier on, I had an epiphany this weekend. I thought we could both, well, both you and I, learn something together. Over the weekend, I thought, wouldn't it be fun to do a series of posts or features about the different types of crafts that are produced in different parts? See, your comments are killing me today. Different types of crafts that are produced in different parts of Mexico. And I am so very happy to see that many of you are interested in the types of traditional Mexican crafts produced elsewhere. So we will leave the poll up there for a little while and we'll come back and revisit it. Uh, we'll come back and revisit it later on in the broadcast. But for starters, as always, welcome to Coffee and Headlines. This is our morning get together where we take a look at what's going on in our city, our state, and our country. We take a look at what's going on in your minds and hearts in terms of things to do or places to discover or ways to connect as a community of English-speaking locals. And that's exactly what we are going to try to do this morning. We have some news to share. We have some events to mention, and I want to also spend a second acknowledging how wonderful some of you were during the live broadcast for members only this weekend. I had a blast, and we'll get to that in a second. First, as usual, if you have something really important to share, please add a capital letter Q at the beginning of your comment, and we'll be happy to bring it up later on. And of course, if you are watching live for the first time and would like to give us the opportunity to give you a nice little welcome, just write the word new in your comment, and we'll be so very happy to do that. Let us go to the news, and we start with this very basic question. Can Uber pick you up at the airport? We know that airports, bus, and maritime terminals are considered a federal zone in Mexico. We also know that transportation from these locations to your final destination can be more expensive than getting a cab elsewhere. So many people try to pursue a platform option such as Uber, but we understand that Uber is actually not allowed to pick up at these terminals. But according to Uber, this has all changed as they claim that they are the only platform that has received legal protection in Mexico to provide service from terminals. But according to this news source, Vallarta Independiente, Uber vehicles have no place to pick you up at the local airport. Now, I haven't flown into Puerto Vallarta in ages, so I don't know what the scene is like at the airport. I do know from taking the bus frequently that if you want to call an Uber, you can certainly call the Uber, but you have to walk to the corner of the terminal for them to be able to pick you up. So I don't know how much of this has to do with what's going on in Puerto Vallarta, what's going on nationwide. I'm curious as to what your experience has been trying to get an Uber from the airport or from the bus terminal. Again, my experience as of a month and a half ago is that you cannot. But of course, this can all have changed in the matter of the last few days or possibly weeks. Now, I also want to bring up this. I found out about these upcoming performances last week, and I'm so very happy that Banderas News has picked up the story. They are reporting on two upcoming performances taking place this coming weekend to benefit the restoration of the Church of Guadalupe's cupola, which we announced last week. The first concert will take place on Friday, and it features Effie Pacero and Enrique de Allende, accompanied by Mark Hartman. And the second one takes place the following day on Saturday, and this one features Kim Kuzma, Kevin Anthony, and also Enrique de Allende, accompanied by Peter Valentovich. And this is an effort that, as I understand, has been spearheaded by Enrique. And a $100 U.S. donation is requested for each of these evenings, and all the details are included in Banderas News. Nothing wrong with local and visiting artists hoping to make a buck. I mean, we're all here to make some money and conduct good business, but it always warms my heart when I see local and visiting artists going beyond the simple task of making an income, but they also want to give back to the community. So I think these are going to be great concerts, and they are all for a good cause. If you're able to attend or you'd like more information, just take a look at the English article that I will feature in the show notes at the end of this broadcast. And speaking of artists, speaking of musicians, Natalia Lafourcade was one of the talented Mexican artists that won a Grammy Award last night, taking the statue for Best Latin Rock Award for her latest album, which is titled De Todas las Flores. Now, I've spoken frequently about Natalia Lafourcade. a number of times here at Coffee and Headlines and also at my music appreciation presentations. As someone you definitely want to follow, her music is amazing, and her commitment to preserving old music or vintage Mexican popular songs is really amazing. I will share this news item with you in the show notes. And of course, we will also share the Spotify link to their latest album, the one that she won with, so that you can check it out on your own. And of course, before we go into our weather segment, I have a little something to share. February is the month of love. And in my first music appreciation presentation of the month, titled Off the Beaten Score, we unpack a handful of amazing love songs from the musical stage and screen. But not the ones you probably already know. Instead, I've chosen some of the most beautiful, lesser-known songs of the repertoire. We will uncover the various dimensions of love, from passionate encounters between people of different ages to heart-wrenching tales of love interrupted by fate. Off the Beaten Score isn't just a presentation. It's an opportunity to discover hidden musical gems. Join me for an afternoon of discovery as we unpack these lesser-known yet profoundly moving musical masterpieces. The meeting is, as always, at the Joint Boutique Hotel and Co-work this coming Thursday, February 8 at 5 p.m. Tickets are available at the hotel's front desk. See you there. And now let's take a quick look at the weather. It is 21 degrees right now. Humidity is low at 51%. Gotta love that. And Snarky Weather says, make her alive. You look awful in the light of day. Well, thank you. You look quite shitty yourself, I would say back to Snarky Weatherman. Let's take a look at our weather forecast for today. Clear skies throughout the day with a high temperature of 26 and a low of 14. Then tomorrow, Tuesday, clear skies in the morning with mostly cloudy skies in the afternoon, a high of 28 and a low of 16. And then on Wednesday, light rain throughout the day. Wow, a chance of rain of 56% with a high of 27 and a low of 21. And that's what our weather forecast has to say for the coming 3 days. As a reminder, we mentioned this last week, but I'd like to remind you that today is Mexico's Constitution Day. Expect bank and government offices to be closed, along with a few businesses here and there that may have chosen to go for a long weekend. And again, as I mentioned at the beginning, I want to talk a little bit about the Members Only Live that we had on Saturday. I had not had so much fun in a long time. 45 minutes went by so quickly. And I really, really appreciated the opportunity to connect with subscribers and learn more about what's on your mind, what things you like, what things you don't like, what things you'd like to see more of here at Coffee and Headlines. And I just want to say thank you, because you gave me all kinds of wonderful ideas. And more importantly, you nurtured my soul. And that is very much appreciated. Now, let's take a look again at that poll, and I'm going to show you the results in this video. As I had hoped, most of you, 71% of you, are very curious about traditional Mexican crafts produced elsewhere. So I'm going to stay with that. Some of you said somewhat curious, and that's fair, but I'm glad that many of you are curious. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start looking at different parts of the country, learning a little bit about what crafts are made in each state. Now, not all of the states in Mexico have like distinctive crafts, but many do. And I'm going to start looking into that. Some of those I'm very familiar with, others not so much. And I'll be so very happy to bring all that information back to you. I have a couple of other items that I want to address. The first one being this one. There is a new cafe on Francia Street in Versalles that has recently opened. It is called Dada Cafe, or Dada Cafe. The name of the cafe was inspired by the eponymous art movement of the European avant-garde in the early 20th century. Now, I haven't had the chance to check it out, but my friend Omar Lucian is the owner, along with his husband. Omar kindly reached out to me to let me know of the new cafe over the weekend. He is one of the very talented local actors that has been involved in a number of Spanish theatrical productions here in Puerto Vallarta. And I'm always happy to mention and promote local entrepreneurs. So check it out if you're on and about. I'll leave their Facebook page in the show notes, so you can add them if you want to receive news from them. I'll try to stop by sometime in the near future and tell you all about it. And last but not least, just because you brought it up, and many of you already know about this, and some of you don't, maybe. But yeah, there was that very strange and unusual incident at Mantamar in the swimming pool. It is Bear Weekend, and the pool was crowded with a bunch of people. And apparently somebody was just so excited to be there that they went for it, that somebody pooed in the pool. There's no other way to say it. Somebody decided to leave a little souvenir in the pool, and I mean pellet size. I mean, what the hell? And then, of course, I don't know what freaks me out the most: the fact that some people remained in the pool regardless, or the fact that the hotel had their poor cleaning maids go and remove the stuff, or the fact that the hotel, after they had removed the lovely souvenirs, simply put up a sign that said, the coast is clear. We've removed the bombs. You can go back in the pool just like that. I mean, I understand that sanitary guidelines are a little bit more stringent than that. What can I say? Shit happens. I mean that literally. But enough of that. Let us dive into our chit chat section. Oh my God, that is so crazy. Let's see. I see a lot of hellos and good mornings. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Thank you, Kathleen. I greatly enjoyed the members only broadcast. Thank you. Well, it is my commitment. It has been my commitment to try to give some extra love to those of you that give me some extra love by pursuing a monthly or an annual membership. Got no notice or alert about show today. We did publish one. So it must have been just a glitch, John. And let's see what else we have. Thanks for the members only on Saturday, Paco. It was fun. Mark, you made it fun. I loved it when I asked you, what's on your mind, and you totally detonated an entire discussion on obnoxious tourists. And there is definitely a conversation to be had there, and I'm glad that we had it over the weekend. Yes, the incident. Yes, I was not going to talk about it, but since many of you already knew about it, you cannot cover the sun with one finger. So I love it. Lucina says, Mantamar says, all good. We scooped. Go back in. I don't think so. Let's see what else we have. Jump back. Was that before or after the cleaning? Well, I'm not a specialist, but I read somewhere that the protocol is you have to empty the pool, then you have to apply whatever it is that you have to apply, and then you have to wait 24 hours. Now, I don't know that to be a fact. I have no idea what the sanitary guidelines for when you have one of these incidents, but I am so glad there are other pools in the city. That's all I'm going to say. John says, pool staff ladies at Mantamar don't get paid enough. I am sure you are correct. Um, oh, you might say their pay is shitty. That was a good one, Brian. Thank you very much. Oh dear. Oh dear. Logan has one too. They certainly didn't sign up for that shit. Disgusting. Let's see what else we have. Oh, only because you asked. I do have a memory and a story to share, Philbert. You know, whenever I travel through Mexico, one of the first things that I do is I go to a municipal market, and number two, I try to find out about crafts that are produced in that particular state. So I found myself once in Baja California. I was in Los Cabos, and I walked into a tourist shop, and I said, "Well, tell me about the crafts that are produced in Baja California. I want to learn more about my own country." And they said, "Oh, what we have are these little mineral things and stuff like that." And I asked them, "So where are these from?" And they said, "Oh, these are from Sinaloa." So I don't know that there's much crafting in Baja California, but there you have it. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see. Here's another cue. Shout out to the nice couple we met at Whiskey Kitchen last night. Oh, yes. We met a really nice couple that gave me a very generous donation for Coffee and Headlines. If you are watching, please, 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 please drop me a note so that I can add you to a list of our members, because I received a truly, truly generous contribution, and this will go a long way for me to be able to buy the new audio and video interface that I'm pining that I'm wanting to acquire. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's see. Da-da-da-da. You know, this is half shady but half truth. Actually, it's very true. I'm going to put it up on the screen. What the hell? Yep, that normally is a protocol. No protocol followed there, which is no surprise considering the establishment's past history of following public health protocols during the pandemic. You know, yes, Mantamar has not been, at the top of their game when it comes to following public health protocol. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, ew, Eric. No. I can't go there. No, yes, I can. This will be the last one, for crying out loud. To paraphrase Paco Ojeda from yesterday, we had a private conversation. The Mantamar incident news has been on everyone's lips lately, and literally on some lips. Ew, that's disgusting, but it is true. Enough. Okay, so let us stop there. I managed to bust my... Oh, there it is. I managed to bust my push button controller before the broadcast. There is what I was trying to do, which is to remind you of where and how you can contribute to Coffee and Headlines if you choose to do that. Hate to bring it up, but you make this possible. You make Coffee and Headlines possible. As you know, Coffee and Headlines is 98% of my income. So everything and anything that you do to support our projects is very much appreciated. You can do that at the website above. There are monthly memberships, there are annual memberships. You know the drill. It's been wonderful to get together with you this morning. It's been fun. I hate to bring up the incident, but you brought it up before I did, so there you have it. Today we're going to be working on the Thursday presentation, which I'm very excited about. And whatever it is that you're doing to kickstart your week, I hope you have a truly fantastic time doing so. Take care, and hopefully I'll see you again soon.